Correct. So today I'll be talking about polymorphism concept. This is one of the important concept from the object-oriented programming. I think so far we have discussed about types of inheritance. I think you don't have any doubts about it, right? Great. Okay, let's talk about polymorphism. So basically, this poly is basically, it's a Greek word actually. Poly means many, and morphism means forms. See, in the real-time scenario, very importantly, there are two important things we have, right? So, overloading concept, overriding concept. As part of the polymorphism, you are going to learn these two important concepts. So, obviously, you have understand poly means many and morphism means forms, right? How this overloading and overriding concept of relevant to the polymorphism we supposed to understand. Here, what do you mean by overloading in general meaning? Overloading means what? Are you overloaded? What does it mean? You are overloaded, right? You are going to college and coming back to the college and you are attending classes and again you will go to college to home and you will prepare for tomorrow's exam and you are little overloaded. You are not doing a single job, right? You are doing multiple jobs. Overloading means what? Here in the programming point of view, in a computer level point of view, we have two important things in comes under overloading. Operator overloading, method overloading, constructor overloading. These three concepts we learn as part of the overloading concept. Comes to overriding, method overriding, constructor overriding. Clear? So we are going to learn these particular five concepts. Clear? At a programmatic level, we are going to use them. Generally, we cannot give justification theoretically. We can give justification programmatically. According to your knowledge, operator overloading means what? Like arithmetic operators, relational operators, all operators we have. An operator said to be overloaded means it has many forms or context meaning or one operator can perform multiple jobs is called what? Operator overloading. Let's suppose we have a plus operator, we have a sum operator, right? What is the main purpose of this particular operator? To perform the sum, but it also be used to perform concatenation. Similarly, asterisk symbol, it is to perform multiplication, but it also has, yes, absolutely used to repeat to repeat certain occurrences. Yes or no? And it is used in regular expression to check zero occurrence, more than zero occurrence. So the same operator will have a multiple purposes. So same operator will have a many forms or many tasks can be does. That's a concept called as polymorphism. We have already seen that, they are working. Let's suppose operator overloading, isn't it? So obviously, so 20 plus 30, it gives the output. Clear? And simultaneously, it also be performed concat. It also perform concatenation between two strings. Hence, plus symbol can be called it as a overloaded. Same operator will perform multiple tasks at a context-based time. Therefore, we call it as a multi. Similarly, it is to perform the multiplication. And similarly, list 1 into 5. It is repeating the same elements for 5 number of times. The same operator will be a multiplication operator. It is also repeating the same task. Yes or no? Likewise, every operator will have its own overloaded tasks as it does by that. Therefore, it will be a operator can call it as overloaded operators. Right? Now, so we are not going to be get a chance to make one particular operator as overloaded because already all the method has been already added. Like there will be magical methods. Magical methods. In PPT, I have shown to you double underscore add. This is a method which is to make addition operator as the overloaded operator. Similarly, sub this is the operate method can make subtraction operator as the overloaded method. Similarly, mul in PPT I have shown to you. I hope you might have seen that. Mhm. Mm. Yeah. So here, these are the 5 concepts you are going to learn. And this is the concept is called as an operator overloading concept. And here we can perform all these operations. As I said, there is a magical method called double underscore add double underscore. To make any operator, we have a specific methods. You see, already predefined magical methods have been provided in a programming language. So Here, double underscore add double underscore is the method to make the plus operator as the overloaded operator. Yes or no? And subtraction, double underscore sub, double underscore is to perform the subtraction, multiplication, floor division, all the operators, whatever the operators you have seen, 7 types of operators. All operators have been already overloaded. You need not to overload them explicitly. Yes or no? Yes. So we are talking about functional method overloading concept. What do you mean by method overloading concept? What does it mean? Let's suppose there is a mail, right? There is a mail. There is a send. There is a function. There is a function, or maybe there is a uh, method called as a send method. If we add resume and we'll call the send function, will be passed one parameter as the resume, and then we'll be click onto the send button. Same function name. If you want to send a mail with a text, will be give text as an input parameter and we'll be click onto the send button. Audio, video, mixture of that, anything. If you want to send a numerical value, if you want to send a text value, if you want to send a PDF value, if you want to send a doc value, whatever, like combinedly, anything if you wanted to send, we are going to use the same function, right? Hence, this particular kind of a function will be called as a overloaded methods. Similar, you can take a WhatsApp. You can take a WhatsApp, right? Here, you write some text, you will be click onto that. If you write something numerical value, you will click onto this. This particular symbol will have a method. Every button has its own method or function. I already told you that in a event-oriented programming with a event like a tick enter, right? Button వెనకాల ఎలా రాయాలి అనేది నేను చెప్పాను already. Every button will have a function. A call చేసేటప్పుడు ఏం parameter pass చేస్తాం అనేది up to the application. But our concept is here what can we make a method as a overloaded? ఎందుకు 4-5? ఇప్పుడు ఆ రకంగా అయితే మనము మెయిల్ పెట్టడానికి సెండ్ బటన్, సెండ్ ఇదేమో ఉత్త టెక్స్ట్ పెట్టడానికి పంపించడానికి, ఇంకొక సెండ్ బటన్ సెండ్ పీడిఎఫ్ ఫైల్ పంపించడానికి, పీడిఎఫ్ ఫైల్ ప్లస్ టెక్స్ట్, ఇంకొక సెండ్ 3 వర్డ్ ప్లస్ టెక్స్ట్ ప్లస్ వాయిస్. అలా నువ్వు ఎన్ని మెథడ్స్ రాస్తావు అసలు వాట్సాప్లో? ఇప్పుడు మన వాట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ పేమెంట్ గేట్వేస్, వాట్ ఆర్ దే? ఫోన్ పే, గూగుల్ పే, వాటిలలో ఇఫ్ యు లుక్ అట్ వెరీ కేర్ఫుల్లీ, it is look like this, right? This is the phone pay. So whenever you are trying to send a money, only here is the option. Here is obviously the transactions are going to be shown to you. It is a space where whether the money sent or failed or whatever the status of the transaction will be shown this particular place. Here, there will be only one option. Clear? If we type if you type 20, right, it will be treated as a transaction. If you click on, so that it will be next navigating to the Your bank account, there will be a multiple accounts. Which bank you would like to take a source to send the money, that is going to be a subsequent window. Instead of the 20, if you type something else, hi, I am Venkat. If I hit onto this, it will be go as such as a message, as like a chat, as like a WhatsApp chat, messenger. If there is a text, obviously it doesn't ask you to go with a bank related transactions. The meaning of this particular button is, here the point is that method overloading concept. The name of this particular button can be a send, we can write. We can make it as the name of the icon. The icon name is send. Whenever you click on the method is going to call. Different types of a data will take at a different time. The method is said to be a overloaded method. Let's see the definition of that. If two methods, similar names, different types of arguments, such methods will be said to be overloaded methods. ఎక్కడెక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తాము, ఆల్రెడీ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం మనం ఆల్రెడీ ఇవన్నీ అప్లికేషన్స్ వాటికి. నువ్వు 4-5 మెథడ్స్ పెడతావా పోనీ? ఇట్స్ క్లమ్సీ రైట్. అప్లికేషన్ చాలా స్మార్ట్ గా ఒక పర్టికులర్ పర్పస్ కోసం పెడతాం మనం. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? We cannot keep all the options just like that. So there is a need of make the method as a overloaded to reduce the complexity of the program, to reduce the clumsiness of the application. Are you clear or not? Yes. Right. So now there will be a method called as add. If we pass an individual parameter 1, then same method. If you pass a double data as a parameter, it will work same. Not the direct question would ask that, will you be able to implement a method overloading directly in a Python? The answer is said to be a no. Clear? Okay. Then how? There will be the problem is that whenever if you are trying to implement the method overloading directly, multiple methods with the same name, if you are trying to declare within the class, different number of arguments, then the last method is going to call. Rest of the methods will throw some error to you. Let us see. ఇప్పుడు చూద్దాం ఒక్కసారి ఎట్లా. Let's okay. I'll be taking method overloading using legacy approach. Legacy approach means what? Older approach. Yes, sir. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, I'm writing one class. The class name can be a test. Right? My method name is sum. Obviously, same sum. No parameters. Print. No parameters. There is another method sum with one parameter. With definition. Sum with A comma B. Two parameters. Sum of two numbers, comma, A plus B. Obviously, we can perform A plus B, right? Similarly, same method, x, y, comma, z. There are three methods, three parameters. Print sum of three variables, comma, x plus y plus z. Now there is another method, definition. Sum p, comma, q, comma, r, comma, t, comma, s. Or else you can take four arguments. All right, print sum of four variables, comma, p plus q plus r plus t. See, what is the statement it is saying? When you declare the multiple methods with the same name, with a different number of arguments, then the Python interpreter will consider only the last method. It does not consider the rest of the methods. అంటే ఏంటి ఇక్కడ మనం డిక్లేర్ చేసిన దాంట్లో whenever I'm going to call this particular method or this particular method, it will be throws an error to you. Directly we cannot implement that. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి ఒక్కసారి నేనేం చేస్తున్నా, I'm creating a class here, object here. I'm creating an object for the class test. Obj is equal to test. Clear? Now, obj dot, now some function I'm going to call. ఇప్పుడు నేను రెండు వేరియబుల్స్ తో చేయొచ్చు కదా, 10, 20. Means you are calling which method? With the two parameters of this particular method. What it is going to tell you, just you see the output. It will be throw error to you. What is it is saying that some function is expecting four variables, but positional argument rt ఇంకా ఇవ్వలేదు నువ్వు. ఎందుకు? It is expecting to call the last method which was declared at a last place. ఈ pకి ఇచ్చావు నువ్వు, r2 ఇవ్వలేదని అంటుంది అది. అలాగే ఇప్పుడు let me make it as three variables. See the output? It will be say the same output. Error. Three, three you have passed, one missing argument is. If I give now four, absolutely it will work. So therefore, method overloading concept, if you would like to implement directly by the Python legacy method, it's not possible. Even if you're trying to implement, the last method is going to call, rest of the methods doesn't invoke into consider. This is the perception. Now, what is the solution now? We have to go, there are two approaches. A method overloading can be implemented through the default arguments concept. A method overloading can be implemented through variable length arguments concept. That's the two approaches now. Let's go ahead with that. I will be take another program. You test once this program, copy, I'm pasting into your group. Can you quickly execute within 1 minute? Where unique batch and data science batch. Can you quickly execute? Just copy the program and execute that. Method overloading using default arguments concept. Now to overcome the drawbacks of, to overcome drawback of legacy method, we implement method overloading using default arguments concept. Now same class is equal to test. Here I am writing the method, something called as a sum. Now a is equal to none. There you have seen that there is a data called as a none. It was explained to you in the initial classes. There is a one special kind of a variable called as a none. It's a data type, which means that there is no value for that initially. B is equal to none. C is equal to none. D is equal to none. If let's suppose you take it as a calculator. So somebody will calculate with only two variables. Somebody will calculate 20 plus 30 plus 40. Somebody will calculate 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. The problem with the default arguments is you have assumption till 4 keywords if you would like to perform the addition. Up to 4 it will be taken. When you are trying to perform the sum with the 5 values, then it will be throws an error to you. So if you are perfectly know the upper boundary of the value, then you go with the default arguments concept. ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా క్వశ్చన్ అడగాలనుకున్నా గూగుల్ సెర్చ్ ఇంజిన్కి నువ్వు ఎలా అంటే ఎలా డౌన్లోడ్ పైథాన్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఎన్ని కీవర్డ్స్ ఇస్తావు? డౌన్లోడ్ పైథాన్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ 4 keywords. ఇదే సెంటెన్స్ ని ఇంకోలా చెప్పు, ఇంకా వేరియబుల్ ఇంకా పెరగాలి నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ కీవర్డ్స్. డౌన్లోడ్ పైథాన్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ రిటర్న్ బై బాలగురుస్వామి. ఎన్ని 7 అయిపోయినాయి ఇక్కడ. కరెక్ట్. అలా ఎవరు ఎలా సెర్చ్ చేస్తారో ప్యాటర్న్ మనకు తెలియదు. ఎన్ని కీవర్డ్స్ లాగా ఇన్పుట్ వస్తాయో మనకు తెలియదు. ఇట్స్ కంప్లీట్లీ అన్ప్రెడిక్టబుల్. ఇఫ్ యు డిజైన్ ది మెథడ్, because we are making the method as a overloaded. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? అవతలోడు ఎన్ని వేరియబుల్ ఇస్తాడో ఎన్ని ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ ఇస్తాడో మనం ఎట్లా చెప్తాం? స్టిల్ యువర్ మెథడ్ హ్యాస్ టు బి వర్క్. అలా నువ్వు డిజైన్ చేయమంటున్నావు వాడు, అప్పుడే కదా నువ్వు దాని మెథడ్ ఓవర్లోడింగ్ అని అంటావు. మెనీ ఫార్మ్స్, 1 ఇస్తాడు, 2 ఇస్తాడు, 3 ఇస్తాడు, 4 ఇస్తాడు, 5 ఇస్తాడు. అరికి ఓకే. ఇక్కడ కండిషన్ ఏంటి? ఇఫ్ ఏ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు నన్. దీని మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ఏ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు నన్ అంటే, నన్ అంటే ఏం లేదు, నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు నన్ అంటే ఏదో ఉంది, ఏ వాల్యూని ఇస్తున్నాడు. అండ్ బి నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు నన్ అండ్ సి నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు నన్ అండ్ డి నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు నన్. అంటే ఏబిసిడి వాల్యూస్ వాడు ఇస్తే అప్పుడు నువ్వు పర్ఫామ్ చేయి. సమ్ ఆఫ్ 4 వేరియబుల్స్ కామా ఏ ప్లస్ బి ప్లస్ సి ప్లస్ డి. ఒకవేళ ఈ 4 వేరియబుల్స్ ఇచ్చి నువ్వు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయలేదనుకో, మోస్ట్లీ 3 ఇవ్వచ్చు. అప్పుడు ఎలిఫ్ ఏ నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు నన్ అండ్ బి నాట్ ఈక్వల్ టు నన్ C not equal to none. Obviously, 3 variables can be given as part of the performing the sum of 3 numbers. comma a plus b plus c. ఒకవేళ ట్రూ వాల్యూ ఇచ్చాడనుకో, obviously we have to go with the ELIF a not equal to and b not equal to none. Then we are going to perform the sum of two numbers. Comma a plus b. ఒకవేళ టూ కూడా ఇవ్వకుండా ఒక్క వాల్యూ ఇచ్చి 10 ప్లస్ అని ఇచ్చి నాకు సమ్ కావాలనుకో, అలా ఇస్తారు కదా, అప్పుడు సిస్టమే మనకు చెప్పాలి యూ హ్యావ్ మేడ్ అ మిస్, యూ కెనాట్ పర్ఫార్మ్ ది సమ్ ఆఫ్ టూ వాల్యూస్ విత్ వన్ పర్టికులర్ ఆపరెండ్ అని మనకి ఎర్రర్ ఇవ్వాలి. అప్పుడు లాస్ట్ పార్ట్ ఎల్స్ పార్ట్కి వెళ్తాం మనం. ప్రింట్ హే ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు perform some minimum two operands are required. Two operands are essential. And manaki errors. Sir. Now I have written the class, I have written the methods. Now what's the job? What is the job now? We have to create an object. Obj is equal to test class manamu class ki idi creation. Now obj dot sum. Default arguments ekkada daka? Let's suppose you can take 20, 30. It gives output to you accordingly. 50. Same obj dot sum with three values 10, 20, 30. Okay. With 4 obj dot sum of 2, 3, 4, 5. Now obj dot sum of 10. It will give an error to you. Else we can give obj dot sum of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. అంటే 5 వాల్యూస్ ఇస్తున్నాం మనం. కానీ అసలు డిఫాల్ట్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ మనం మెథడ్ రాసినప్పుడే 4 పెట్టుకున్నాం అప్పర్ బౌండరీ. అంటే ఈ మెథడ్ ని అట్ మ్యాక్స్ 4 ఇన్పుట్ పారామీటర్స్ ఇచ్చే కాల్ చేస్తాను నేను. ఎప్పుడు 5కి వెళ్ళను, 5 పారామీటర్స్ ఇవ్వను అని. ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే చూడండి. మరి దీన్ని ఎట్లా, దీన్ని రిజాల్వ్ చేయాలి మనం. ఇప్పుడు 5 వచ్చు, 6 వచ్చు, 7 వచ్చు, 10 వచ్చు, 20 వచ్చు, 30 వచ్చు, ఎన్నో వచ్చు వాడి ఇన్పుట్. Still your method has to be taken input. It should not be stop the end user not to take a sufficient values. ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఓవర్కమ్ చేయడానికి మనం వేరియబుల్ లెంత్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్కి వెళ్తాం. Very clear? Can you execute quickly? Copy. Completed. So this method is completely reduced drastically. Let's go with the. So what is the note here? Note here is that in default arguments method overloading, only as many number of arguments specified in the method, those number of arguments taken. Beyond cannot be considered. This is the problem with default arguments concept. Now let's go with another kind of a concept to overcome the drawback of default. We have method overloading using variable length arguments. Method overloading using variable length arguments. Clear? It's the same class. Test is the method where I'm writing the